In the history of bull riding, I would think that JB's got to rank right up at the top. Nobody's doubt that he is the best.
I've never seen a day out of JB where he wasn't expecting to be first. Things that JB does, I don't see out of anybody else.
Other people put so much effort and so much time into it, whereas it comes so easy to them.
He's got a level of confidence that is so beyond that there's not a bull in the world that he believes can buck him off. There's not a title in the world that he can't win. There's not a mountain he can't climb or anything he can't do.
There's been a lot of cowboys that have probably picked that easier one or that one that's good to ride. They're probably going to win some money, but you ain't going to hear their name. Whose name do you hear? JB.
He's the best out there. He can ride almost everything. He's won the world twice, and he's won over $6 million riding bulls.
It come to him natural, you know. It's a different thing that most people, I guess, don't have, you know, in their blood or in their body. You know, it's just a dirty, rotten, tough cowboy.
Being a cowboy is a lifestyle, and that's what I was raised to be. I didn't much want to do anything else. I rode bucking horses, I rode calves.
No, not every bull rider does it. A lot of them guys don't even know how to ride a horse. Don't want to ride a horse, but I'd rather be a cowboy than just a bull rider any day. That sucker was running, wasn't he? You could have picked a little slower one.
Yeah, I got him down as long as you get the other rope off. That sucker was strolling, wasn't he?
Being a cowboy and not strictly a bull rider helps you. Because, I mean, I'm not just riding a horse. I'm working on my legs, your balance, and things like that.
This sport definitely started out as a wild and reckless event. The balance has kind of shifted to where there's the wild and reckless cowboys that are willing to do whatever it takes. And there's, you know, the athlete side of things where these guys have really evolved into training hard and spending every minute of every day working towards being a world champion bull rider.
JB is one of the strangest guys as far as what works for him as a bull rider. Like, he don't work out. He's scrawny. He only weighs like 140 pounds.
Balance for me is a huge part. It doesn't matter how big you are, you're not gonna outmuscle a damn 1,800-pound bull. Standing on it like that, the way it rolls and the way you have to move your weight is just like a bull. It's worked for me. I feel like that's the main reason I move my hips so good is standing on this thing all the time. I did it for an hour a day for a long time, you know. If I didn't have anything to do, that's where I'd be. I'd be inside standing on this ball. Watching bull riding tapes, eating a sandwich where you could walk in, I'd talk to you and never get off the ball. A lot of them, they've told me, you're a freak of nature, but they're not here. They don't see what I work at all the time, and I let them think what they want to.
Everybody asks me, you healthy? Well, shit, no, I haven't been healthy since the first time I climbed on a bull. First one I got on, he stomped the piss out of me. Lacerated my liver and broke all my ribs on my right side. They told me it should have killed me. I thought at first, why in the hell am I doing this to myself? But the next day I wanted to do it again.
I was the kid with the try when the other guys had the talent. I was the one that just would not turn loose, or I was going to try till the bitter end. I mean, they'd have to stomp me loose before I was going to let go. But you can only beat your body so much before it's just finished.
God, I could feel really the scar tissue really released for you.
That's my strong hand. That's the one I ride with. I wish it was in a little better shape, but it's what I got to deal with. If you can't put it out of your mind for 8 seconds, you might as well not ride bulls. If you want to be a world champion bad enough, you're going to have to learn to ride with pain. You go from January till May almost every weekend, and it's not just one bull every weekend. It's maybe 5 of the rankest bulls in the world. I'll come in here and sit down like this and see what I'm doing and what I could do better. Even when I make a good ride, I'll put it in slow motion and sit there and watch it and see what I did wrong. Well, up until this point right here, I was riding him pretty much like I was supposed to. When he makes his next corner, boy, he threw a little twist in there. Well, that messed all my timing up right there. I was just a tick behind him, that much. As long as you stay ahead of bulls like that, they don't have any power. But when you get behind like that, that's when they take control of you. They're your dancing partner. They make a move, you have to follow. Right there is kind of the do or die situation. You either man up and keep your hand shut and take what's coming, or you take the easy route out. When I go back this time, I know exactly what's coming. Right there, I'm 3 inches away from the tip of that horn. That's when you close your eyes and hope he doesn't knock all your teeth out.
When dealing with bulls, you have to be a bit wild and reckless to be able to compete at this level.
You're riding a wild animal, I mean, anything and everything could happen.
If you talk to any bull rider and they tell you they don't have a little bit of fear in them or nerves about them, they're lying, bald-faced lying to you. Because, I mean, you're getting on a bull that weighs 1,600 pounds to 2,200 pounds. He steps the right way on you, you're dead. It's a game of inches.
Let's go.
Hang on. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, boy.
She sees me limping around and being bruised up and stuff like that and being sore, but I don't think she really understands that, it's a life and death situation sometimes. I want to be around as much as I can. I want to be a father to her. But it is reckless. You're putting your life on the line every time you nod your head.
JB, and not saying it because my son there, not too many are like him around here. I mean, you can tell he kind of stands out. You got to have skill, but you got to have a little bit of luck, but you got to really want it, and he's always wanted it. A lot of it is natural, but JB puts in a lot of it too. When he was younger, he had a bucking barrel that you couldn't set on there because it rolled so bad there, and he rode it every day for 4 and 5 hours a day. You work at it until the very last bull you ever get on. If I feel like I'm making too many moves, I'll come out here and just slow everything back down. You get on it enough and you do the same thing, it's repetition, muscle memory, it comes natural to you. Everything's going so fast, it's got to come second nature. You better not be thinking about what you're trying to control, because if you do, you're already underground. Them really good bulls, they all gonna kick square over their head. If the bull's dropping and you're a little bit back and he's gonna jerk you down, you can jack your knees up in them to stop you from going and kind of, then set your feet back down. If he's just spinning real fast and not kicking up in his butt, then you lift and pride to kind of lock you in there. And then you just make the moves when he's spinning.
The fight's not really against another guy, it's against the bull. They're a heck of a lot smarter than people think. The difference between me and a lot of them guys going is I pick the ranked bulls every time I get a chance. I want the one that nobody else wants. To prove to myself that there's not a bull that can throw me off.
Every time I've seen JB, he really hasn't put much thought into the bull he has. He does best when shooting from the hip.
If I don't know what the bull does, then my body reacts on its own. I ride him jump for jump. If I know what he does, in the back of my head, I'm setting a game plan for him. You set a trap for a bull, you get caught in it every time. Come on. Bull riding's getting to be a bigger sport. It's starting to become more mainstream. The generation I see now is getting farther and farther away from being cowboys. I think that eventually it'll consist of just guys that ride bulls. It's going out of style because it's a different age. This year I got that little one for her. You know, I wanted to turn her loose and let her go by herself and let her kind of figure it out all on her own. Ride around right out here, okay? Don't go around the shop, okay? Me? I like to go fast, though. I like to go fast. When she's around, I'm a father. But when I crawl off in that shoe, that's when you go back to the reckless side.
Big crowds on hand while we're waiting for our next bull rider. It's never over till this guy goes. We're going to J.B. Mooney.
They come, they change the world of bull riding, and then they go away.
I hope there's never another J.B. Mooney, but there's always a young kid that comes up that's going to take your spot. If you're not doing this to be the best at it, then you might as well stop now. I know when I get old that I'm going to be a cripple as hell. Yeah, I'm sacrificing my body. It's going to be tore all to pieces, but I'm willing to sacrifice that to be the best at what I do.